Truth and transparency. Come on in. Don't be shy. I am going to cover this lovely letter that right here, the law office of Mark Bedrow, he went ahead and filed on behalf of TurtleBoy. I actually have I have a lot to say about this because crazy to say it, but what TurtleBoy is going through is literally I've been there on a level. People trying to come for you, people making shit up about you. And it all happened to me. And the only thing that's different is that the Colorado people, when people accuse me of killing a dog, like droning over opiates to this house and dropping it from a drone and trying to poison and kill a dog. The police just didn't file charges. I was in Ohio, mind you. This dog is in Colorado. Just so to like see all the stuff that's going on with TurtleBoy, it brings me it triggers me. It triggers me because I'm like, first of all, who do these people think they fucking are? You know what I mean? We have civil rights. Like, you can't do this type of shit. Number one. But number two, who the fuck do these cops think they are? You know? So let's just jump into it. But I feel like between myself and TurtleBoy, if we were to ever be out in the same place and go and do something, we would attract the most craziest motherfuckers. Okay. The weirdest fucking people would show up. All right. I'm being dead ass, as Miss Potts says. But we would, like, if you're a fucking shitbag weirdo, yeah, we'll run into you. So let's talk about it. Here's this lovely letter. I'll zoom in. So I'll make it as big as possible, and I'll just whisper in all your ears this morning. This letter's awesome. Mellow, dear Mellow baby. This letter serves as a specific request under Brady versus Maryland. We got a Giglio versus United States. Graham versus District Attorney for Hamden District. We are looking for an unaltered and complete extraction report from the cellular phone. And this is who TurtleBoy refers to as Crusty Panties, I believe. So I think we're going to go ahead and just so everybody knows that her nickname for TurtleBoy is Crusty Panties. Does anybody know why? Did he notice some crusties in her panties when they hooked up or something? I'm just curious. Crusty Panties. I'm just curious to know why the nickname came about. I don't know that part, but there's Crusty for you. If you guys know, please let me know. Now, they are seeking an unaltered and complete extraction report from the cellular phone of Lindsay G, provided to Massachusetts State Police, who will be referred to as MSP, Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, and Trooper Nicholas Guerno. No, that's fake victim. Oh, this isn't Crusty Panties? No, this is fake victim. Oh, who's Crusty Panties? Oh, okay, Crusty Panties is great. Okay, see, there you go. I almost fucked it all up. Okay, fake victim. No, this is fake victim. Okay. I know him and Peters have a background too. And she's Crusty Panties. Now, did he hook up with Peters? Lindsay is fake victim. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. All crusted up with skid marks and all, says Johnny. I don't know about all that, but thank you. It's from someone else that she was in their wedding party and she left her nasty, disgusting panties in their house. I'm sorry. No hookup with Kate Peters? Okay. Thank you. Actually, Bev, it is funny. I like that name. Special. Thank you guys. So basically, Kate Peters would die to probably hook up with TurtleBoy. Anybody that's when you need to get people that are this obsessed, you guys, I'm telling you, it's like they like you, okay, and it usually comes because you didn't like them back or you didn't let them in your little friend circle. But I, whew, this is just all too familiar. All right, so let's go to this letter is submitted under preliminary impoundment consideration. It's reference to impoundment Verizon records, recently reviewed by defense counsel. This is page 2. B is any information in the possession, custody, or control of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office and or the Special Assistant District Attorneys assigned to Aidan Kearney's matter, the Commonwealth, that tends to impair the credibility of any possible witnesses against Mr. Kearney, including but not limited to Juliana Nagel. Julie Nagel, bitch, get up in this ass, Julie. Good morning, Julie. Julie's like, fuck, I gotta crack open a fucking Truly. High noon. Why am I doing this live with no Fireball? What am I thinking? So Julie Nagel, Juliana, you guys, that's Julie. I just don't want people, come on, let's not get it twisted. This is Big Jew, okay? Big Julie. Big Julie. Big Jew. You guys, this is Blob. She saw a blob on the lawn. Bagel Nagel. I don't want people to think that I'm being derogatory, so I don't want people to think that, okay? Now, Matthew McCabe, Jennifer McCabe, Chris Albert, Colin Albert, Elizabeth Proctor, Brian Albert, Lindsay, fake victim, MSP Trooper Michael Proctor, Sergeant Yuri Buchnick, aka Bakaki, and Tully. Oh, and Trooper Nick G, including but not limited to evidence related to any investigations into any witness conduct by the U.S. Attorney's office. But I want to come back here and I want to hit this. On July 22nd, 2024, less than 1 month after Trooper Proctor testified in the Commonwealth vs. Karen Reed docket, there you go. The Commonwealth notified Reed's counsel and several other attorneys with other matters that Trooper Proctor had been suspended without pay and that he was the subject of a Massachusetts State Police internal affairs investigation. They also disclosed an unofficial transcript of Trooper Proctor's testimony in the Karen Reed case. On August 13, 2024, co-counsel Timothy Brady sent Mr. Cosgrove an email seeking inappropriate Brady and Giglio disclosures regarding Trooper Proctor. We have not received a response to that request. The Commonwealth recently notified Reed's counsel that it was in possession of an extraction report from Trooper Proctor's MSP cellular phone and content from his MSP cloud account. The Commonwealth is so concerned with Trooper Proctor's dreadful credibility that on September 9th, 2024, guys, it announced he would not be called as a prosecution witness in Commonwealth versus Brian Walsh docket number. Even though he is the lead Massachusetts State Police investigator in a horrific case against a man accused of murdering and then dismembering his wife, y'all. Going back to the regular portion of the letter, Office for the District of Massachusetts, the FBI, and any other federal agencies, the Commonwealth, Massachusetts Attorney General, Massachusetts Peace Officer Standards and Training, that's the Post Commission, or any other agency or government body. There, that was A, this is B, this is now C. All promises rewarded or inducement made to any possible witnesses against Mr. Kearney. And finally, D. So this is everything that they're seeking in the Brady and the Giglio. And then D is complete set of grand jury minutes. They do not have the grand jury minutes. Now, remember, Aidan Kearney was indicted through a grand jury. And so they are seeking out all of those minutes. Any recorded statements of witnesses who testify before the grand juries, which indicted, which indicted Mr. Kearney in December of 2023 and February 2024, for which an indictment against him and Karen Reed was unsuccessfully sought in March of 2024, and for which any other indictment was sought against Mr. Kearney and others related to his conduct. Okay. You guys, they went at them again. Oh my God. And Sherry D says, Jew in the house, I didn't take offense. I love Sherry D. Sherry D's like, I'm just happy to spend my morning with you, Lana. You always got to count your undies and socks when you leave a home as a guest, LOL. His wife finding your socks in the bed will also be bad. Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Michael Diamond, what's up? Glad that you're starting your morning with us as well. All right. I also write to inform you that in the event Mr. Mello does not voluntarily recuse himself from the prosecution team in compliance with Rule 3.7 of the Massachusetts Rules of Professional Conduct and Commonwealth v. Patterson, we will seek his immediate disqualification at the September 26, 2024 appearance because he is essential defense trial witness. You a witness? Can I get a witness? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Damn. This application is in addition to, let me go like this, the grounds for recusal. I want it like this. It'll help the background out. State and defense motion and memoranda for sanctions filed on January 26, 2024, March 22nd, and August 28th. Mr. Mello has not responded any of the prior defense motions, and he has not appeared at any of Mr. Kearney's court appearances for several months. He's a little scared bitch. The extraction report from fake victim's cellular phone. In April of 2024, Mr. Mello provided the defense with an extraction report. This is from Lindsay's phone. The one that said she's pregnant and all that crazy crap. On July 11, 2024, after the defense expressed concerns about the completeness of the report, Mr. Cosgrove assured the court and defense that whatever the communications are, they're all turned over. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Backseat Bill saying, they got everything. We don't have anything. They got everything. Better, yeah, he is. I like his demeanor too, just calm, collected. Yep. However, notwithstanding Lindsay's acknowledgement that she communicated via text message with Tully and Mr. Mello and then deleted the messages, the extraction report does not contain any text messages between and among Lindsay, Tully, and Mr. Mello except for one Lindsay sent to Tully at 10:48 p.m. on December 23rd, 2023. So Ken said to call you. Ken But I can't now. Mr. Kearney is knocking on the bathroom door. I have to go back out. Please don't text or call and tell Ken not to because he wants to see my phone. I'm deleting our calls and texts right now. Don't respond until you hear from me. Again, good morning, everybody. Just getting underway with the TurtleBoy letter that Mark wrote. Nor does the extraction report provided to the defense include a media file. Genduso sent to Lindsay during a text message exchange a few weeks prior to Mr. Kearney's arrest. This media file appears to have played a significant role in Lindsay's effort to have Mr. Mello, Ken, make her a quote-unquote witness against Mr. Kearney. On December 9th, on December 9th, 2023, Lindsay reached out to this Gendirso specifically because she knew that Miss Gendirso despised Mr. Kearney. And then, does she say it? Is it Genduso? Is it like that, Genduso? I don't know how that broad says her last name. But this woman was an MSP trooper who resigned in 2018 after an internal affairs investigation concluded that she concealed her prior involvement with a drug dealing operation. Mr. Kearney's reporting initially drew attention to this issue. I have only included portion of the text exchange relevant to the demands included in this letter, just to be brief. So that's who that is, in case anybody wants to know. Another Genduso. All these gens. There you go. Around the same time that Miss Lindsay began communicating regularly with Catherine Peter, another individual she knew was an outspoken enemy of Mr. Kearney. So this is exactly what happened to me. And people were like, Lana, these people are not conspiring against you. You can't prove this, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I have all these messages. I most certainly can prove this. Okay. The difference is I did all my shit like pro se by myself. And I'm just so glad that TurtleBoy doesn't have to go that route. Okay. Because you won't be taken seriously. You won't get everything. Like, you need people helping you. And so it's really nice and a breath of fresh air to see that TurtleBoy was able to get the resources and the people, because this is wild. This is what people do. They have way too much time on their hands, and get too obsessed about you. And then if they can't be friends with you, then they try to come at you and make your life hell. And I mean, just like, someone doesn't want to be friends with you, move the fuck on. Someone doesn't want to bang you anymore, move the fuck on. No, let's just go rounding up some enemies and let's just all fail at life together. So on the evening of December 11, 2023, 2 weeks before Mr. Kearney's arrest for allegedly intimidating witness fake victim, Lindsay, Miss Genduso and Lindsay engaged in the following text exchange. All right. Miss Genduso at 8:30 and 57 seconds wrote, I think by going to Mello and becoming a part of this on a DL will inevitably help be another stepping stool into getting Mr. Kearney put away for a substantial period of time. This is an ex-MSP officer. Oh, fucking A. Trooper, officer, disgrace. God. Jen, take off your panties. Next on stage, here she comes. Miss Genduso taking off her panties. Everybody's just taking off their panties. Mediocre chicken parm, love the name. Glad you're here, babe. Again, this was at 8:30 and 57 seconds. Aiden's going to have a big reality check very soon and will be in jail before the summer. I really stand fast to that. Okay. Followed by holy crap. Followed by look at these. Look, this is when you know somebody's unhinged. 8:30, 57 seconds. 8:40, 50 seconds. 8:48, 56 seconds. 8:50, 19 seconds. Can a girl respond? Bitch seeing red. Holy crap. I just thought of something. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Sends media file to Miss Lindsay, fake victim. And so this is what they're looking for. This is when they're saying this media file. They want this media file that was not in part of the, and this is this ex-trooper sending and giving fake victim an idea. Okay? Then Lindsay, 8:53. I am going to call Mello tomorrow. ... And let me tell you what people would do with my situation. They would tell people that they're doing something. So like, oh my God, I'm calling the FBI tomorrow. Here's the FBI tip line that I use. Here's the case number I reference, blah, blah, blah. And they would tell people that they're doing something. Really, some of these people weren't. And they were trying to do it so that they could then get these other people to actually be the ones to do it. All right. Because then they would all say, oh my God, I don't want her to have my real name. Or I don't want, bitch, if I'm so bad, if I'm so big and bad, put me behind bars. You can't say your real name. You want to be a fucking name like Crotch Rocket? Like, okay. Like nobody, you don't sign letters to the FBI and call up FBI tip lines and put, Father Fucktard. Like you just don't. Weirds. But here, so they just started like, hey, you know what? We're just going to have a relationship straight with the district attorney's office. And the district attorney's office is just like, yeah, we're going to do this too. Okay, can you believe that? Like the district attorney's office basically are like these little trolls online. And to me, that is just icing on the cake because I fucking love it. I love that you have to be so concerned and you have to roll around with the pigs. Like, none of this stuff online, none of this you shouldn't even know what's going on. You guys like that crotch rocket? Seriously. Oh my God, did not even think of that. Okay. After she says listening now, because that's a media file, so she's listening to it. Okay. Then she says, oh my God, I did not even think of that. Yep. It took me all day for the light to come on. I bet it did, bitch. You dumb as fuck. I bet you that light bulb's still like flickering. Because you're thinking to yourself, oh, hell, what I get myself into? Okay. Maybe Jen Duso can wave the flag on some of the operations with the MSP. Then fake victim says, ha 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 ha. I can't believe me and Kate didn't either because we were literally talking about the bogus witness intimidation charges he filed on her and how he is considered a witness. Okay. Oh my God, the joy it would give me to play him at his own game. So like this is all a setup. And guess who they're using? They're using, so this is a setup, you guys, and they use the district attorney's office, and the district attorney's office was on board. On motherfucking board. Do you know how much money I think Aiden Kearney should get for this? Oh, I think you should sue the fuck out of these people. I think he will win. And rightfully so. His kids had to see all that bullshit. They violated the fuck out of his rights. I hope he goes full blast. I hope he goes full blast in that ass. when I was in Boston for the Karen Reed case, I was there the day that they decided they were gonna come out and protest for basically the family side or whatever. I don't know if you want to call it sides. I mean, and there was 4 of them, and I'm like, oh my god, what the heck just happened? So here I am with like my phone. I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, I shut off whatever I was doing so I can get into like record mode, and I'm just like putting my phone up and like I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, holy shit, like this is where white trash just literally met like working America. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, it was so pretty outside. It was a little hot. Everything was green and pretty and pink, and then you see like the black old, like just like the goth people, or like whatever you want to call them. But WT, white trash. That's what I called it. I was like, holy shit. So I just rolled film. Then you have her saying 100. Then Lindsay says, I still think he'll be stupid, cocky enough to post shit about me, even if he knows I'm a witness. But at least I know he will be charged if he does. Mello is our only hope right now. Mello, but no wonder Mello was in the hospital. Mello had a fucking heart attack. He's like, oh my God, my career, it's over. All because I fucked with the fake victims of the world. Okay. Oh, TurtleBoy calls that group the Food Stamp 5. Oh my God, the Food Stamp 5. I can't. I wish I could see more of TurtleBoy stuff. I try to pop in when I can. It's I usually catch it if I want to show something that he did, or but he gets me laughing. Food Stamp 5. The extraction report provided to the defense also was missing Miss Peters' response to Lindsay's messages describing her interactions with Tully and Mr. Mello. This missing evidence is significant because Miss Peters' prior messages demonstrate that she convinced Miss Lindsay here that she had direct access to Mr. Mello. That's how they got in. Okay, that she had direct access to Mr. Mello. Okay, she communicated directly with him about Lindsay and Mr. Kearney, and then placed Lindsay into direct contact with Mr. Mello weeks before December 23rd, 2023. Mr. Peters' responses to Miss Gattani's messages inexplicably disappear from the extraction report on December 14th, 2023. After Ms. Gaetani texted her, Ms. Peters, that she met with Tully and she wanted to discuss the meeting with her. Poof, gone. As substantially corroborated by the above described evidence, the defense alleges that Ms. Gaetani, that's Lindsay's, she secretly sought to harm Mr. Kearney by misrepresenting herself as someone else online at the same time she pretended to support him during their romantic relationship. This is when you know you got a crazy bitch, okay? Okay, this is what 5 to 10 girls did to me at the same time. 5 to 10 girls at the same time. If you want all of those names, I can happily provide them for you. And their screen names, and you need to run. Okay, these bitches crazy. I mean, like literally shit bad. One of them called a wellness check to my house in the middle of the night. Another one, I should have kept one of them around because she was just cash apping me $5,000 at a time. Okay. And $5,000. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the strip club. I just couldn't bring myself to fuck a 64-year-old. Truth. But man, maybe I should have thought about it. I could be on a boat right now. No, but just wild shit. Yeah. Emailing, like literally they were contacting the FBI. The FBI motherfucking I. And then this broad was so dumb during a protection hearing, she admits to calling the FBI. Like, what a stupid fuck. And then I was in Colorado for a hearing, and the one lady got this hotel room that was like a fucking lovers, like I don't know, it was like a suite. It had a fireplace in it and what do you call it, a hot tub, and a mini, like a nice ass mini bar. She had it fully fucking loaded, all right, with everything that I drink. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm at a freak off. Like, I feel like this is P. Diddy trying to like get me like on one, get me drunk and take advantage of me. And I was like, hey, I really want to go to a strip club. We found a strip club. We go to a strip club in Colorado. And then get back and I go to sleep. And then I wake up to hearing like, like wet towels slapping around. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? 64-year-old naked ass walking around, slipping and sliding, trying to get into this hot tub. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Wine glasses clinging and falling all over the place. And I was like, oh God, you have to pretend like you're sleeping, Lana. Then you know how you can like spray somebody with a hose, but not like, you have to like hold up underneath like the faucet, and then like the water will squirt out at you. Then I'm starting to get sprayed in this bed. And then she starts slapping these towels around again and just like falling all over. And I'm literally like acting like I'm sleeping, getting sprayed with water in a fucking bed. Like, who wouldn't wake up from that, right? I was like, no, come on, man. Turned over the other way. Yeah, it was a wild, like, 2022 was off the chain. You know who you are, crazy bitch. Crazy bitch. Bawling and crying. Then when I had to break the news, I was like, hey, I get this kind of funny feeling that you like me. And like, it's just never going to happen. Just so you know that. So I don't want you to think that I'm leading you on or anything like that. And then she's like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? I don't like you like that. I'm like, oh my God, okay. Thank the Lord. Then 3 days later, you knew that I liked you like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in like a fucking, like, what's going on? And then she just thought, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to call and tell Lana's ex that she put a hit out on her and is trying to kill her. That is in paperwork that I tried to put a hit out on somebody. I said, what the fuck? Wild ass shit, you guys. I was like, dude, Shanna Gardner hit out on people? Oh my fucking God. Lana needed a tarp. I did need a tarp. You guys, I kid you not. These people called and said that I was trying to buy a hitman out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, where all the black people that I knew were. And Lana knows black people, and Lana knows thugs. I'm like, what? I was like, well, that's kind of racist that you think black people are thugs. Like, it was nuts. I was like, you racist motherfuckers. Y'all acting like you want to help people. Anyway, so this all right here gives me total like 2021, well, 2020 to 2022 crazy, like, it's insane. It's crazy. Lana does write checks. Let's see. As substantially corroborated by the above described evidence, the defense alleges that Lindsay secretly sought out to harm Mr. Kearney by misrepresenting herself as someone else online at the same time when she pretended to support him during the romantic relationship. All right. The defense further alleges that she secretly formed an alliance with Miss Peters, and Miss Januso. Look at all these Italians just fucking up my, like, come on, man. Can you guys go change your last names? Because, like, you're giving Oriani, like, a horrible, like, you're just, come on. Go be like a Smith, all right? Lana doesn't write checks. Yeah, I don't write checks. Exactly. And I don't need no motherfucking hitman. Okay? I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. And I use my brains. I don't need to get all, like, throwing my twos up, getting gangster or some shit. That's why, like, I told people from the jump, I was like, you can say you like TurtleBoy, you can say you hate TurtleBoy, but fuck if he ain't fighting for our motherfucking rights. You may not like some of the stuff he does. Maybe I don't. But I'll tell you what, I think TurtleBoy has integrity. I do. I think that we've seen it now. He could have doxed a handful of those jurors. He hasn't. He could have. There's just a lot of things he could have done. After he could have been so jaded when he came out of spending 60 days, he didn't get like that. You know, that's integrity. That's, like I said, people have their personal lives, but all you people trying to get in people's pantses and then you have a problem with them. No, bitch, you pathetic as fuck. That says way more about you than it will ever say about me. So, chicken parm cuddles and bubbles, bitches. Yeah. So basically, they decide to get this nice little hair. I'll pretend that, you know, these dates matter, timelines matter. And you can see that this stuff started originating way before that whole night of coming over on December 23rd when he got in trouble. The night, you know, and the night before Christmas or Christmas Eve. And who does this shit during Christmas Eve, man? Yeah. And then his mom passed, didn't she? And that, like, I think that's the one thing that he did say, that because of that, he got to be closer with her before her passing. So, you just had to remind me of that, Sherry D, because that really pulls at my heartstrings there. Anyways, again, the defense further alleges that she secretly formed an alliance with Peter and Genduso for the purpose of which was to exploit Mr. Mello into making her a witness against Mr. Kearney. Now, this is smart by Betterow. You want to, right here, he's doing how I would do it. The purpose of which was to make him a victim. You want him to be a victim. You want him to come to your side. Okay? Come to your side. We're giving you an out here. Okay? And in making her a witness against Mr. Kearney to increase the likelihood that he would be arrested. Clearly, the missing media file, okay, which I'm going to come right back to because I'm going to read this right down here. As the extraction report confirms, in October of 2023, Lindsay created a fake Twitter X account, Jane. All right. And you people need to be way better with your, like, maybe I need to do a tutorial on if you truly want to, like, troll / like be able to monitor somebody and get away with it. Like, maybe I should help you all out. Like, if I used my brain that way, I do think I'd probably get away with a lot of crimes. That doesn't even interest me. What interests me is going after the people that actually do commit the crimes and fucking exposing it. That's what interests me. But fuck, so stupid. There's a couple of people that I also can put you in touch with who I think are, like, trolling geniuses. But I think that they should stay in retirement. So maybe I shouldn't do that. You know who you are. I'm giving props to people. They know who they are, and they probably like, well, Lana hates people. I can still think that you're decent. You're a really good stalker. You know, I can still give you props even though you're a shitbag. Hey, you're a hell of a stalker, though. On November 5th, 2023, posting as Jane, Lindsay offered to provide Miss Peter with some potentially good news about Mr. Kearney to assist Miss Peter's defense of her own witness intimidation charges, in which Mr. Kearney was the witness. On November 7th, 2023, Jane tweeted that she'd hoped Mr. Kearney would go to jail in connection with his pending case. On November 9th, 2023, Jane tweeted support for Miss Peters' stated intent to discuss Mr. Kearney's pending criminal charges on her YouTube show. On November 12th, 2023, Jane publicly mused whether Mr. Kearney violated the witness intimidation statute and claimed that all of his crimes were on tape. Despite conclusive proof that Lindsay created the Jane account on her cellular phone in October of 2023, a few months later, she deliberately misled the Medfield police, writing to an officer that Mr. Kearney, quote unquote, believed that I was the owner of a Twitter account, Jane. So he refers to me as Jane in these tweets. Miss Lindsay similarly lied to Miss Peter on December 11, 2023, texting her that Mr. Kearney thinks I'm this Twitter account named Jane. You guys, this right here, this is the type of stuff when you try to say this to somebody, okay? Magistrates, judges, they're like, even lawyers, they're like, okay, we're not going to go that route at all, even though it's happening, okay? You know it's happening, you think that you can prove it, and they're like, yeah, no. So I give Mark so much credit for like putting this in there, because there's so many lawyers that I've talked to that when I'm like, no, I want you to, if I'm going to hire you, I want to do it exactly the way that it happened. And we can prove it because I have everything and I keep really good files. And I couldn't get anybody that would do it my way. And it's like, I'm fucking paying you. You're going to do it my goddamn way, right? And I'm basically like your paralegal, so I'm doing all the work. I just need you to go litigate, motherfucker. I need you to write up my motions and litigate. That's all I need you for. They don't like that. Because I'm not going to pay you to research my case. Like, I'm not going to pay you to read shit and go through files that you don't need to go through. You're going to sit there and you're going to listen to me. And I'm going to give you all the exhibits. And then you're going to go do your thing. Lawyers don't like that. Okay. Now, so again, this is Mark's way for TurtleBoy saying, hey, we know that this shit exists. You're going to give it to us. Otherwise, it's a Brady violation. Okay? We are concerned that the Massachusetts State Police has intentionally deceived you. Again, making Mello, and the lawyers, victims here. Deceived you by excluding discoverable and exculpatory evidence from the extraction report provided to the defense, which, if true, would constitute a flagrant Brady violation. On January 10, 2024, Lindsay provided her cellular phone to Tully and Trooper Nick for the purposes of having it extracted. Combination of the missing evidence described above and Nick's woefully incomplete phone extractions in the Karen Reed case and the MSP's flawed investigation to the death of Sandra Birchmore lead us to question the completeness of the extraction report the MSP provided to the Commonwealth for disclosure to the defense. Accordingly, consistent with your obligation to learn about the possible existence of exculpatory and discoverable evidence in your possession, see Commonwealth citing a case. McMullen. And then in the Reed case, Trooper Guerrano's extraction of Jennifer McCabe's cellular phone failed to reveal several deleted phone calls, text messages, and Google searches, which became key issues at trial. Reed's defense, however, was able to locate the data on their own because they got their own expert. They got the raw data, and then that guy went through it. Green. Even worse, according to an August 16, 2022 or 21 report prepared by Sergeant John Fanning of the MSP, Mr. Say Please, as part of the investigation into Birchmore's death. Same dude extracted former Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell's work and personal phones. According to Fanning, the Massachusetts State Police, quote unquote, did not find any communication with Sandra Birchmore. The fuck out of here. Like, this is just, I mean, the question isn't if something's going to happen to these people, guys. It's when. Okay? It's coming. It's just when it's going to happen. All right? In mainstream media, not covering TurtleBoys, like, they should be all up on this shit. You know? They piss me off. I won't even go there. Did not find any communication with Birchmore. How do you even say such a crazy thing? Based upon the filings in the federal case against accusing Mr. Farwell of murdering Ms. Birchmore, there were more than 32,000 electronic communications between Birchmore and her alleged murderer, many of which are incriminating and assuredly contributed to the U.S. Attorney for the District of Massachusetts taking the virtually unprecedented step of prosecuting a murder case in federal court because the Commonwealth incorrectly declared Ms. Birchmore's death a suicide. Unprecedented. I love that word. So then going back to after the case citing, so A, inform the defense whether they unintentionally or intentionally withheld the information. So what he's asking them to do is we request, so Mark's like, we request the following, all right? And so we request that you interview Trooper, all right? You're going to interview Nick, and then you're going to interview Brian Tully, all right? And I want you to find out if A, you're going to inform us, the defense, whether they unintentionally or intentionally withheld information that should have been included in the extraction report. And if so, promptly disclose to the defense a complete, accurate, and thorough extraction report for Miss Lindsay's cell phone. Now, I'm going to reach out to TurtleBoy himself, and I'm going to offer up, I believe that he probably has somebody, or maybe he's doing it himself. But I think Micah Sturgis is somebody that I would get to look at these. I think he's the best in the business. Like the best. And I have direct line of contact. So I'm going to reach out and say, I don't know if you have anybody, but I think he's one of the best. And then maybe he can just creep on into the Karen Reed case to show if the phones were like this. He's good. He's really good. Okay, evidence related to the credibility of the Massachusetts State Police witnesses. The Commonwealth's theory is that Mr. Kearney intimidated Trooper Proctor based upon comments he made on his YouTube show. They allege that Mr. Kearney's intimidated then Bukkake by shouting his opinions at Sergeant Bukkake that Trooper Proctor was corrupt and a fucking joke, and that Sergeant Buchnick was a loser. You guys, you can't get in trouble for that. I'm sorry, but you just can't. All right? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Move on. Look at these little crybabies. See Commonwealth's revised Bill of Particulars, dated August 1st, 2024, paragraph 6 through 9. Tully is the lead investigator in this case, in Kearney's case. As such, their credibility is an issue, and the defense is entitled to any information in the Commonwealth's possession, custody, or control that tends to impeach their credibility. Remarkably, all three are presently under internal affairs investigation. Like, come on. As noted, Supra, the Commonwealth has acknowledged the existence of Trooper Proctor's substantial credibility problems in Brady letters sent to numerous attorneys in July and September of 2024. The Commonwealth has further acknowledged that possesses extraction reports for his cellular phones and data from his cloud account, talking about Trooper Proctor's, including the despicable text messages introduced at the retrial. Our demand includes a transcript from Trooper Proctor's testimony against Miss Reed, copies of his text messages admitted into evidence at the retrial, and any other text messages which tend to impair his credibility in any matter in which he was involved. See Graham. Prosecution must disclose exculpatory evidence in any criminal case in which that officer prepared a report or may serve as a witness. Hell no. And you know who's totally talking right now? Karen Reed's defense team's totally talking to Kearney's defense team, okay? And you bet your bottom dollar they can exchange information, all right? And unless anything is under seal, if anything is otherwise, you have fair game to be like, here you go. For example, if I wanted to take a bunch of the criminal discovery in the Dr. Moore, Jennifer Drake, and take that, or Brian Drake case, and say, here, Anne, here, have a field day with this. Okay. This proves the people that were involved in, investigating the Idaho 4 case, the level of incompetency and possible corruption. Okay. So here you go. I could do that. So I believe that they're in communication. They should be in communication. You're trying to link them already, okay? But here it's no. TurtleBoy is allowed to advocate where anybody can. I can go advocate for whoever the hell I want. All right. And you may not like him, but a rolling rally, are you kidding me? On public streets? Get the fuck out of here. You guys, that's not illegal. None of that is illegal. Peaceful protesting. Even if I want to call you a fucking loser, that's peaceful. I'm not throwing shit at you. I'm not ripping down stuff at the public buildings. I'm not lighting cars on fire. These little fucking crybabies. That's what I see, a bunch of crybabies. With respect to Sergeant Bukaki, we demand any evidence, documentation, or information in the Commonwealth's possession, custody, or control that tends to suggest that he perjured himself at the retrial. He did. When he perjured himself? The inverted video. If he was the driver of that car, the SUV. He perjured himself, I think... I'd have to go back and count, but yes. Specifically, Buchnick swore on direct examination that the video evidence from a garage at the Canton Police Department was a quote-unquote fair and accurate depiction of how an SUV appeared in the garage when Sergeant Buchnick assuredly knew that the video, in fact, was mirrored or inverted depiction, which flipped the SUV in the video and thus concealed critical evidence from the jury, including the true location and condition of the right rear taillight of the SUV and Trooper Proctor's presence directly next to the right rear taillight. Fair and accurate, my ass. Hi, Ollie. Love it. This demand includes any notes, documentation, or other evidence demonstrating that Sergeant Buchnick discussed the garage video with other members of the Massachusetts State Police, the Canton Police Department, the Commonwealth, or anyone else associated with the Reed prosecution team. In addition to any information that tends to discredit any prosecution witness, we specifically demand disclosure of any and all materials, documents, and information in the Commonwealth's possession, custody, or control that tends to adversely impact the credibility of Trooper Proctor, Buchnick, Tully, Guerno, including but not limited to any evidence related to the Massachusetts State Police Internal Affairs investigation. These witnesses, the nature of the allegations and or specific against them, any reports or transcripts or statements made by them or others about the allegations and the result of any disciplinary hearings or proceedings against C. Graham. We want to know if you guys promised anybody anything rewards, so we demand disclosures of any promise reward to any potential witness of which the Commonwealth is aware, including but not limited to financial consideration, travel reimbursement, witness fees, car service, childcare, social services, or assistance, leniency in any criminal investigation or prosecution. Oh, you know who's getting that childcare? Lindsay. That's funny. Grand jury testimony and statements of witnesses. You have previously informed counsel that the defense has been provided with relevant grand jury testimony. To the extent that we have not been provided with all grand jury testimony and statements of testifying witnesses, demand is made for a complete set of grand jury minutes and the statements of any witnesses who testified before the grand juries, which returned indictments against Mr. Kearney in December of 2023 and February 2024, respectively. Now, American with Disabilities Act, if I was Aiden Kearney, I would look into that because if you have attention deficit disorder and it's on paper, he can get he can qualify for trial during his trials to have stuff and possibly get stuff for free. So if anybody wants to let him know about that, but in Ohio, there's things that can be filed for stuff like that and not cost you money. So if it's recorded and documented that he has attention deficit disorder, he can look into that avenue. Just saying. Okay. Now, demand is also made with respect to the grand jury proceeding, which sought Mr. Kearney and Karen Reed's indictment for witness intimidation, but which resulted in a no true bill against Mr. Kearney and Ms. Reed on or about March 27th, 2024. Fucking wild bastards. And any other grand jury proceedings commenced against Mr. Kearney, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Disqualification. Information extracted from Lindsay's cell phone confirms that approximately 2 weeks prior to December 23rd, that's the big day, Mr. Mello was in direct communication with Lindsay, Ms. Peters, Tully, presumably for the purpose of discussing Mr. Kearney's eventual arrest for the alleged witness intimidation of Lindsay. On December 11, 2023, Lindsay, in a message to Jen Duso, described Mr. Mello as our only hope now. Emphasis added. Mr. Mello's testimony regarding his conversations with Lindsay and or others acting on her behalf is significant to Mr. Kearney's defense that Miss Lindsay and others used Mr. Mello to orchestrate Mr. Kearney's arrest well before December 23rd, 2023. Again, making Mello not like, hey, you were, you want to come at it like, Mello, we're giving you a chance here. They exploited you. Okay. And if you don't see it that way, then, maybe it's y'all did this together then. But this is a great way to go about for Mark in defending TurtleBoy, and you're basically giving the prosecution an out here. Okay, but does the prosecutors know secretly to themselves, or like, it didn't happen like that? It didn't happen like that. Yes, I saw that. I saw that it was posted. So my question here is really, is this a situation that Mello can't get out of because did Mark and TurtleBoy and Brady kind of trap, by the way this letter is written, basically saying like anybody that would read this, Mello would be like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I see what he's saying. Okay. And it gets Mello off the hook to say that he did this, right? And that was his idea. Here we can, if you truly, anybody would see this letter, and if you truly were exploited, you would handle business that way. But I think it's safe to say that it took two to tango on this. So, and that there'd be evidence that of that. But hey, the curious timeline of events leading to Mr. Kearney's arrest requires Mr. Mello's testimony at trial. Only Mr. Mello can explain why he arranged to make Miss Lindsay a witness against Mr. Kearney by having Tully serve her with a grand jury summons on December 22nd, one day before Mr. Kearney allegedly committed witness intimidation against Lindsay, and 2 days after Mr. Mello, this is how they did it, completed a grand jury investigation into alleged intimidation unrelated to Lindsay. Ms. Gaetani did not testify before a grand jury until February 1st, 2024. Her testimony resulted in an indictment related only to events from December 23rd, 2023, i.e. after she received a grand jury summons. The obvious questions relevant to Mr. Kearney's defense, which only Mr. Mello can answer, remain. A, why was Miss Lindsay Gaetani served a summons in connection with a concluded grand jury presentation? And B, why did she testify more than 1 month later about events that had not even occurred when she was served the summons? They are so fucked. You guys, you so fucked. That's exactly kind of like what I said in my trial last week. You can't file a motion, okay, and claim that it's for events, backdated, but then get to a trial and say that your motion is about stuff that happened after. Wait, what? Bitch, you can read the future? Hell, you need to go play the lottery. Like, what? No, that's not how this works. All right? Just dumb stuff. Dumb. And I heard it out of the mouth of an attorney. And I was like, did you just hear yourself? Can we get the court reporter to read that back? Lana? Yeah, I did ask the court reporter to read stuff back. You do know on direct examination that you said, or on cross-examination, you said, I don't recall 76 times in day one. Are you aware of that? I don't recall. Fucking A, man. This is nuts. So right here basically proves my point that, it was not just, Mello being exploited right here. And Mello knows that, oh shit, we fucked. We some fuck. Mr. Mello's testimony is also required because he is a direct witness to the critical events of December 23rd, 2023 at 12:19 p.m. Ms. Gaetani texted Mr. Kearney that she loved him and that she was wrong to speak to Ms. Peters. She then texted Mr. Kearney that we should save everything else for in person. At 4:12 p.m., Ms. Gaetani called Ms. Peters and spoke with her for approximately 6 minutes. At 4:56 p.m. and 4:59 p.m., just hours before Mr. Kearney allegedly committed crimes against Miss Lindsay Gaetani, Mr. Mello spoke with her. Are you guys kidding me? During the actual incident, rather than call 911 or the local police for help, at 10:25 p.m., Miss Lindsay Gaetani instead called Mr. Mello, who, rather than call 911 himself, patched in Tully as Mr. Kearney allegedly continued to intimidate Miss Lindsay Gaetani. Later, again during the incident, Miss Lindsay called Mr. Mello at 1:16 a.m. Girl, are you out your mind? Are you out your mind at 1:16 a.m. and 3:35 a.m.? Are you out of your... And Mello was taking these calls? In other words, Mr. Mello indisputably is a witness to alleged criminal conduct. We anticipate that Mr. Mello and Tully will flatly contradict Miss Lindsay's sworn claim at trial. Whoa, shit. Oh my God, Lindsay's going to prison. They're all going down. I think it's great that TurtleBoy gets to take him down. In his capacity as special prosecutor to authorize Mr. Kearney's arrest and prosecution. Finally, because Miss Lindsay deleted her messages with Mr. Mello and the extraction report provided to the defense does not include this discoverable and material evidence, the defense team intends to question Mr. Mello about the contents and whereabouts of this evidence on his devices. I was just going to say, when are we going to get to his devices? Because those are discoverable. In these circumstances, Mr. Mello cannot at the same time prosecute Mr. Kearney and be a material fact witness. Duh. These people are out their fucking minds. This is insanity. TurtleBoy been there. I'm just so thankful that he has the people that he has. And I think it's nice to see what in pictures that, like, you know, Karen Reed's brother is at dinners, and I thought that was awesome. Kudos to Karen Reed's brother and family. You know, how do you not support somebody that's, you know, advocating for your family member, you know? A lawyer shall not act as advocate where a lawyer is likely to be a necessary witness. Please feel free to contact us if you wish to discuss any of these issues in advance of September 26th. It was like, hey, maybe once you read this, you're going to say how fucked y'all are. And then you realize that they didn't make any attempts to contact you. And instead, you have Cosgrove literally putting me to sleep. Mofo put me to sleep every time he talks. To the extent that the Commonwealth claims that it is unable to provide relevant messages from Lindsay's phone, they are obligated to provide the above described evidence from devices belonging to Mr. Mello, Tully, and Miss Peters. So, like, there's other routes, basically, and you need to go those other routes if you're going to try to say that her phone, we're not able to get them back. Also, I think I skipped a... No, I got it. Okay. Okay, here now. I said I would come back to this one. On December 11th, Miss Peter texted Lindsay that she had Mr. Mello's personal cell phone number. So this is why timelines matter. Dude, Lindsay's a fucking snake bitch whore. Gotcha, Mello. I love it. I love his little jelly roll. Melly roll. Call him Melly roll. Do they call him Melly roll? That'll be my nickname for him. Melly roll. God, I need to hire him. I think is he available? Can I get a consult with Mark? I want to bring him in on the the Dr. Moore case and my own civil. I'm suing the fuck out of somebody, and with letters like this, I can't lose because I have the evidence to win. Wow, she's crazy. On December 11th, wow. Man, Peters, you're so fucked too. All you people, everybody in this letter is so FUCK'd. You know, I think TurtleBoy needs to play the Samuel L. Jackson song, Go the Fuck to Sleep, to these people on his next live. Speaking of which, I played that on one of my lives, and that was played as an exhibit in court. I died. Oh my God, it's an objection. Relevancy of this. Oh, this is relevant. How? How is this relevant? Woo. Go the fuck to sleep. She would call Mello to feel out the situation, see if there is anything that can be done. She received information from several sources, including the DA and MSP. She spoke to Mr. Mello off the record about, some specifics. And Mr. Mello assured her he would have Mr. Kearney arrested if he threatened or blackmailed her. Holy shit. Yeah, entrapment, 100. This is conspiring. They're conspiring. I mean, don't you feel like it is obstruction of justice then? It's so weird to think about that. If you don't do something, like, I think this alone could then start a whole new case if this letter was to go to like the police and say, I want to press charges. So wouldn't this be like, I want to, like, wow. Miss Potts says you can read that book every night to your kid and it's not illegal or neglect. Just saying. I should show. Not surprisingly, shortly after she received the summons, Lindsay sent a copy to Mr. Kearney, after which, in a series of text messages that day and the next, she urged him to come over to her apartment. Lindsay stated under oath on January 8th, 2024, that Tully advised her that she could show the summons to Mr. Kearney. That's probably what's going to be denied, and saying that we never told her to do that. And that's what it says. We anticipate that Mr. Mello and Tully will flatly contradict Miss sworn claim at trial. And then so it's like, well, one of you guys was lying then. Someone's lying. This is crazy. At least you're reading to your kid. You guys, I wasn't reading to anybody, though. I wasn't reading it. I wasn't reading. I was playing it for my live to say, have you guys ever seen this book? Have you guys ever heard of this book? Dead ass. Okay. All right. So awesome. This is a pure setup. And let's talk about the implications here, though, on like what can truly come from this. Like, I mean, because TurtleBoy's facing like a lot of charges, you know? And so if you're the Commonwealth here, what do you do? Like, why aren't you just dropping this? Think about that. Like, why aren't you dropping this? Yeah. Did you hear him say that? I heard that and I was like, I cannot believe he's saying this. This is golden. It truly is. And you have to ask yourself, has Vinny Politan covered this yet? How is nobody covering this? How is nobody that was covering the Karen Reed case covering this? Yeah, that's what losers do. Degenerates keep doubling down. I mean, I'm sorry, but like we need to start putting some pressure on mainstream media, guys. We really need to truly put some pressure on mainstream media because anything that has Karen Reed's name in it, there people are doing a news piece. Okay. Where's the news pieces on this piece of fucking amazingness? They're so jealous. They're so jealous of TurtleBoy. It's so funny. They're so jealous. Nobody wants to do anything until it happens to them. They're avoiding TV like the. This conspiracy resulted in a kidnapping of TurtleBoy. Should be jail time, all involved. I mean, what type of settlement are we talking about here? TurtleBoy's civil rights are just like. Like, there's no way they're getting away with this. All eyes are on this right now. All eyes are on that area. They're. I would also think that everything that they obtained from an illegal arrest, all those search warrants, that's all fruit of the poisonous tree. So how would they have actually any evidence against TurtleBoy? The only thing they could use against him would be his public broadcasts. But anything that came from any of those searches is how is that not all fruit of the poisonous tree? His devices, anything that was on those. Yeah. I'd want to see those search warrants. I want to see what the probable cause affidavit is for those, what they wrote. But I think fuck taking your time with a taint team over there. Like you ain't gonna be able to use any of that shit. Anything that came from his device, I personally think anything that came from his house, anything that came from these search warrants that were fucking bogus. I don't know. This letter proves criminal activity. It proves conspiring with officials. I'm gonna look into that. So what I'm wondering is because what they make you do is you have to go to the police. He would still have to go to the police. He would have to go to the police and file a complaint and start a new incident report with all of this. That's how. And then like to bring them up on charges. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's not like you can take the case against you and say, "Oh, well, look at all this criminal activity." Like, yeah, you still have to take that to the police though, and say that you want to, hey, like this is a crime. And if they were using Twitter and they were doing stuff through email, is there any way that you could then actually work with the FBI task force, like with cyber crimes? Could you actually go that route since you're not going to get these people to do anything for you? Can you go the FBI route of cyber? Because I think this is criminal. Not only is his rights violated civilly, but all of this in this letter, this is criminal activity. Conspiring alone has its own charge, even if nothing came from it. And you could prove that. But actually, something did come from it. The detainment and arrest of TurtleBoy. I think there needs to be another case. Right? I mean, he's got to go to the police with this. I'd file a criminal complaint. Yes, it was done on paid time and their paychecks are deposited in their bank accounts. Yes, let's use it. Exactly. I think he has a case. People are still in shock and horror over this letter. Everybody's lose us. You guys, listen, he needs to go. I'm sure they've already done it, right? He has a case. FBI has to already be involved, in my opinion. It have to be. The Attorney General's office. You can go to the Attorney General office. Like, damn. Y'all are fucking wild. This is insanity. Okay. I had this type of proof too. I had it all. I mean, I still have it. And it's like, wow. Yeah. I'm surprised no one's harmed themselves, but all right, guys. Well, TurtleBoy, we're rooting for you. I don't think you need you got a lot of good things going. I mean, if there's anything that this channel could ever do, like I said, timelines are my jam. I offered that up to put together any type of Excel spreadsheet that you would need. I'll sign whatever for confidentiality purposes with that. But yeah, if there's, I mean, this is wild. This sucks. How embarrassing. Lindsay, doesn't she have kids? Go be a mom. Go be a mom. Worry about yourself. So I think that's all I got. TB commented, there's so much more. Oh, yeah. Well, another creator went over the letters. Yeah, I bet. I guarantee you there's so much more you can, and what you want to do is you just want to kind of pick and highlight. Mark did a great job with this letter. This is why TB was dancing in his seat a few weeks ago, just waiting to be able to reveal all this. I bet. I don't know. I'm going to write TurtleBoy and ask him if I can interview him. Yeah. Yeah. And then you have to ask yourself, what would be the motive of the Massachusetts State Police? Like, what were you trying to get out of this? If you were to, like, did you think that you could find, text messages between TurtleBoy and Karen Reed, doing what? Like, who cares if there's text messages between them? Who cares if they talked on the phone 50 times a day? Who cares if there's, it doesn't, if you're going to try to say, put that Karen Reed put him up to this, like, I'm sorry, but TurtleBoy's kind of like me. I think of that. Like, nobody tells me what to do. I guarantee you nobody tells TurtleBoy what to do. Even if you're, someone like a Karen Reed in a case. We're the type of people that we do whatever the fuck we want to do. I don't know. Because then it changes some things with this whole like, how much shit he got for putting out that incident that happened that night? He knew that night he was set up. He knew that night he was set up. He has so many which ways to sue on this because of loss of economic, like, advantage. I mean, all of that shit. They kept him out of the courtroom during the Karen Reed case on some of those days. They took all of his shit from him. He had to get all new crap. I mean, they need to settle with this man and they need to have this shit go away. The second letter, going over it, September 26th letter. I don't know if I have that one. Sent it over, Sherry D. This stuff makes my blood boil. And he's a journalist. This was his case. Yeah. I said it the other night, like, if you truly think that the Karen Reed case would be where it's at right now without TurtleBoy, then you're lying to yourself. They didn't care about the kids. People like this are fucking ridiculous. Like, people that do this type of shit, they don't care about anybody. Like, not even like their kids could make them not be this way. Lana, you and Aussie Insider have great timelines and are accurate. We love for you to collab. I like Aussie. It's just sad. What do we got here? Ooh, I got a records request in. Let's see which one it is. I'm always on, sending these records requests. What the fuck? At our window. I thought you were gonna. Can't you send it via email? Hey, are you able to send that via email? You guys, it's 2024. I'm not coming to pick up a goddamn CD. Is that what you're talking about? I don't even have a CD fucking player. Hey, are you able to send that via email? Or if I bring a thumb drive, can we get it on a thumb drive? Oh. Sorry, it's 2024. My laptop doesn't feature fucking CD playing. Laptop doesn't accommodate such fucking ancient requests. The fuck? We have the CD ready of what you requested. You can come by and pick it up. No, CD. No, I need you to come on, man. Hey there. All right. I still have my vinyls. Must be how dang it. I had to transfer the CD in a library. That's what I said. I was like, a thumb drive, maybe, man. Come on. Wait a second. He had TRs put on him by McAlberts. Yeah, bogus ones. Yes, that's true. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Until next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.